grab your Bibles and the GODcha Bible Guide. And as we come to the end of our drama in Esther, let's look at chapter 10, verses 1 through 3. Because today you're going to see that King Ahasuerus never changed. He's still a pagan and he's still very selfish and greedy. In fact, you'll see today he raised the taxes on the people. Sound familiar? But the Jews have Mordecai. He's a Jew, but he's second to the king. Now we know that Mordecai became famous and great. Think about that. Why is that? Do you just suppose it's because he truly, really cared about his people? Because we last saw where he sent forth words of peace and truth, which brought healing and restoration to his people. And today you're going to see that he sought for the good of his people. In fact, he even spoke for the welfare, the peace of the nation. Well, today, once again, you and I must examine our lives. Who are we like? Are we like this king who never changed, who's very selfish and greedy? Or are we like Mordecai who did change and we look out for the good of others? Do you? Do you look out for the good of others? Well, as we close the door on Esther, I want you to think about everything that you've learned. Who knew there would be so much, right? First, I want you to consider what we did at the very beginning, that our times are very much like Esther's, and yet now we know that our God, who was never mentioned, by the way, in Esther, is right here with us, and he is sovereign. He is in control, and his providential hand is working in every tiny detail of our lives. Consider kings, rulers, presidents. Our God rules over all of them. Consider evil Hammans. Our God will bring them down. And then consider Mordecai and Esther, two simple, ordinary people who didn't really start out very great. But God was there. And he who is in the business of changing people did indeed change Mordecai and Esther. And they became strong and courageous for him. Well, may you end this book of discovery not letting your sin or your past hinder you, paralyze you, or prevent you from being used for God's work. And may the words of the instructions and encouragement bring you and I hope for the future. May you and I be strong and courageous for God. And lastly, may you and I press forward, rejoicing in our salvation, knowing that in the end,